Let's hear it for Sam and his trainer Andy. They did a great job of showing off for you today. We would like to thank you for joining us here at Oceans of Fun. We currently house 2 California sea lions and 1 harbor seal. We are dedicated to the field of marine mammal science and education. We focus on animal care and educating about the marine life, the environment, and conservation via the help of our flippered friends. Speaking of our flippered friends, I would like to introduce you to Slick. He is a 500-pound California sea lion working with his trainer Mindy. Also joining us today is Satara. She is a 120-pound harbor seal working today with her trainer Sam. Let's put our hands together for our stars. As you can see, we have 2 very different animals with us here on stage today. Seals and sea lions are very close cousins, but there are 3 ways to tell them apart. The first is that a sea lion has external ear flaps on the sides of the head called external pinnae. A sea lion does not have this. All you can see is a small hole about an inch behind their eyes. Second difference is how they move in the water. A sea lion has large front flippers, which they use to propel themselves through the water at speeds of 20 to 25 miles an hour. A seal, on the other hand, has small front flippers, only about the size of a human hand. They use these flippers to guide themselves through the water, and instead use their hind flippers in a side-to-side motion called sculling. Slick is going to demonstrate how he can move through the water with a behavior called surfing. The final difference is how they move up here on land. Sea lions have what is called the rotating hip bone. This means that they can move the hind flippers up underneath their body to help them move on land using all 4 flippers. A seal cannot move this way. Instead, they will contract their muscles to move across the land, almost looking like an overgrown caterpillar. Now that you know the difference between these 2 very different animals, hopefully you will be able to tell them apart. Slick and Satara did a great job of showing off these differences for you today. Let's give them a round of applause. One of the most commonly asked questions we get here is, how do you train your animals? We use a method called bridge and target training. Our bridge is the clicker. This lets them know that they did a good job and that the reinforcement is coming soon. To target simply means to touch. Slick is targeting or touching the end of the trainer's hand or the target pole. We will eventually fade this target away and communicate using only our hands and our voice. We also use positive reinforcement. This means that we reward them to let the animals know that they did a good job. One of the most commonly used reinforcers is fish. As you can see, we give a lot of fish to our animals. This is a primary reinforcer. We also have secondary reinforcers. These can be anything from a toy that they like to play with, a rub down by the trainer, and even your applause. All these things are very fun and positive for our animals. Satara did a great job of demonstrating how we train. Let's give her a great big round of applause. Training animal husbandry is another important aspect of our training. We must be able to provide medical attention in a way that is comfortable for animals. Presenting their flippers, eyes, ears, mouth, and even their tails are part of each animal's daily routine. Training animal husbandry behaviors makes any medical work that we have to provide to our animals as comfortable as it is for the animals as it is for the trainers. Examples of husbandry behaviors our animals know are laying out for voluntary blood sample, laying out for ultrasounds or x-rays, and even brushing their teeth. Slick did a great job of demonstrating his husbandry behaviors. Let's give him a great big round of applause.